I want to talk a little bit about what's going on. I want to talk about Donald Trump. And I want to say right off the bat that, like, listen, if you're a Trump supporter and you're still supporting him, it's only been, a very short time. I really don't need you coming here and just saying crazy stuff, like calling me names and everything. It's pointless, or talking about the way that I look and shit. It's like, how juvenile can you be? So, you understand, I'm a dog trainer, I'm an artist, a comedian, and a Bigfoot researcher. And I'm also have voted on the conservative for the conservative ticket many times. And I did not this time, and I would have never considered it because it was Donald Trump, because he doesn't seem conservative, he seems sort of crazy. A conservative, Hillary Clinton, although not the greatest, not the greatest choice, she would have been acting in a more conservative way. In other words, Trump, what he does in his first 10 days of office is just insane. I'm signing this executive order and holding it up like he just read a book. Check it out, I read a book. It seems insane. It's like he just did it without even thinking, and chaos, just total chaos, has ensued. It's a fact. If you're living out in the middle of fucking Kansas or fucking South Dakota, Colorado, New York State, Missouri, you might not know what's going on. You might be sort of out of touch. Seriously. In the big cities, it's different, and it's caused a total chaos. It's making it seem like there's a real racial issue, too. I'll be honest, as a light-skinned person, I've had more fucking crap in the last 10 days calling me whitey and shit than the whole 10 years I've lived or had the studio in this area of Brooklyn. It's the truth. It's crazy. And, what do you expect? You, the white person that is out there in the middle of nowhere and probably only deals with, someone of color when you go into town and maybe there's somebody working at Walmart, or you have to go see the doctor, and it happens to be somebody that's studied in the United States but is from, India or Pakistan or, wherever. I'm sorry, you guys are just out of touch. You realize what's happened? Are you watching the news? Is that a conservative president? Is that what you wanted to happen? You realize that these people that can't get back in the country right now have jobs, and they're going to lose their jobs. This is going to cost us more money. You picked him because you thought that your bottom line was going to be, everything was going to be better financially for you, like he's some kind of financial genius, He started with millions of dollars. His father had his back with millions of dollars. He's been bankrupt how many times? Come on. This is not going well already, and it's only been 10 days. The trade war that he's creating with Mexico, real good, real good. As a conservative person, I'm telling everybody that voted for Trump, right? You're an idiot for doing this. You're an idiot for doing this. We would have been better off with getting Hillary in there for 4 years and then having Mitt run. Having Mitt run again. If Mitt was in office, this would not be happening. If anybody was in office other than Donald Trump that was, a politician and sort of, knew how to be diplomatic, this would not be happening. Trump slash and burn, we're just going to do this, and, they're going to know I mean business, He started this right at the beginning, calling the Taiwanese prime minister. It's not good. I don't even want to talk about Putin. What's the point of bringing that shit up? You really think that Russia wasn't playing a part in the election? Is that what you think? You think that the CIA, what were you thinking, you all, by voting for this guy? He's not conservative. Why? Because he like, you know, he's pro-gun, you know, and pro-life. Don't get me started on pro-life, because that's one area of like being conservative. You know, you got to be kidding me. You got to be realistic. Abortions are, nobody wants an abortion. You realize that? Everybody that's had an abortion, nobody wants one. But sometimes it might be for the best. And don't start calling me baby killer or anything underneath the video. You know, really, you need to be more realistic about this world that we live in, and voting Donald Trump in. You know, it hadn't even been 30 days. So the whole world is in like chaos, except Russia loves it. Yay! We got what we wanted. It worked. You know? How did they play a part in the election? Well, you know, they tried. That's the point. You know, doesn't that just, you know, makes my hair stand up on my neck thinking that, like, you know, any foreign government that wants to, like, you know, well, we've done that. We have done that so many times, you know, try and get somebody else in office. But I mean, this is the United States of America. And we have a reality show guy that seems pretty narcissistic. A guy that was born with a silver... You put a guy that really hasn't had to work a day in his life. Do you know what... I'm not saying that he doesn't work. He's worked that show and stuff. But I mean, everything was given to the guy. He was rich when he... You know, he was born with money. Do you see what I'm saying? At least Hillary, you could say, well, she gave her life to public service. He's given his life to being a narcissist. Even before he had the reality show, he was always trying to get in the news and shit. You know, the Donald crap. My God, you know, how thoughtless is this man? He doesn't care about these people. They can't get back in the country right now. They're gonna let them in, they said. They're gonna start letting them in. Those people had jobs. When do they get to start getting back into the country? You realize if somebody hypothetically their father was sick, and they had to go back to see their father because their father was dying, and they were out of the country, but they had a job, and then they couldn't get back in because of this, they could lose their job. They could lose their house. They might have children that were born here, you know, that would be U.S. citizens. What are we going to do? Deport the kids? Well, you got to go with the parents, you know, and you lost your housing, you know. They don't have a job. What do? We pay for this. You didn't do a conservative thing by picking Donald Trump. He's the most conservative, you know, it's unbelievable. He's a maniac. Not going well. I'll tell you what, in 6 months, I bet I'm really saying I told you so. You didn't think when you didn't care? You just thought that you were going to believe all his things that he promised are going to work out great. Yay! Good job, idiots.